Your username is what kills half the population. What is it? Crippling depression sweeps through the population, and within a matter of weeks, half the population have taken their own lives in all manner of ways with varying levels of collateral damage. Each successive death acts as a catalyst, triggering further deaths among family and friends, spreading like some kind of twisted social contagion. Uncle had a dog named Charlie. We called him Vulchikus. He would always be looking for food on the ground and was genuinely way too fast at it. Like a vulture. If he could kill half the population, that there definitely would be no food on the ground if he was still alive. If he is TBH. I'm just imagining half the population dying in increasingly outlandish hand-related accidents. Like a rock gets kicked up on the highway, hits a guy's hands, and causes him to wreck, or a stewardess spills hot coffee on a pilot's hands, and the plane crashes. That sort of thing. Butchering process. Factories start making the mistake of leaving the chicken butts with the rest of the meat, leading to the pandemic of the deadly disease called CB9K, or chicken but 9000 disease. My username is based on a character in the books I write who is a psychotic war criminal hell-bent on wiping out the human species. So honestly, he'd probably be bummed he only managed to get half of us. Laws are passed that makes breaking the law much easier. Once half the population is in prison, they are forced to participate in a death game. Prisoner 3-1 is the one who's secretly in charge. To be fair, it sounds like I might be the cause of the population killing. I think it implies I become a Batman villain who uses wolves in fancy clothes XD. While this would be similar to a science fiction movie in which people get a virus from watching an unusual ad, it would be a very interesting turn of events. It's a character in a book I'm writing that has the ability to summon dragons from another realm, and also the ability to create fire. He's a romantic. I guess we eradicate all copies of The Princess Bride forever so nobody can see it again. Then people just become depressed and kill themselves. Beaten to death with a stake by a plainclothes clown, who is trying to decide whether to commit to clowning or go get an office job. Everyone who has had is having a heart operation catches a disease from the doctor, I guess, or lie. Enough people to make it half. Well, my employer Mr. Ernst of Roe Blofeld recently acquired, in rather devious ways, to thermonuclear weapons, and some cobalt. I'm going to let people have fun with mine. So, go ahead and comment what you think. I'm thinking some kind of ghost story. 20 Omori TBN source SHXGSN to 5 vidl kicks plus 7 PM VSID mosaic. Start running. You're all fucked in a Kugelblitz something paradoxical wormhole. No chance. Literally getting wiped from existence. I wonder how many people die at the hands of an OK specialist who is not great, especially in fields of medicine. Half the population is paralyzed. Twice over. Cannot move but is definitely conscious. Pretty horrific if you ask me. A ghostly cat scares people to death, I guess. Unfortunately Frodo died about a year after I made my username. The Buddha apocalypse has arrived, not sure what is going to go down, but I guess it kills a bunch of people. People cope with their trauma by eating too many cookies. Get diabetes, then die. It's the American way. Step right up, folks. For the most intense circus in history, featuring star attraction Art the Clown. Bringing the internet down would probably do that. Prime example, the movie Leave the World Behind. Channel director, how did they die when it was just an ad? Reporter, it was a suitable ad for death. I guess half the population dying is certainly a believable outcome if we learn to divide by zero. A superhuman demigod from 30,000 years in the future. Angelic in nature, but literally a vampire. King Solomon deems that half the population must die so that the other half may live. So, Thanos, you've seen 28 Days Later, right? It's like that, but they can open doors and use simple objects. Little baby marshmallows. Guess we go out choking, surrounded by soft, sugary, small pillows. I don't know exactly, but it's probably best to keep your head on a swivel and watch your six. A cute animal or a type of Karen. Depends on the meaning you give it who cannot do it. I'm not sure about the mechanics of this, but low quality control may well be involved. A string of killings. I guess, against the spirit of the name. But it's right there, D. I can only assume my username would kill the twig and berries half of the population. Spies hide weapons of mass destruction in innocuous flower pots on porches everywhere. I'd assume he's patient zero for some new, extra virulent form of sleeping sickness. The collapse of the zoo system, the Colombian drug lord hippos, could go either way. Programmers not heeding the government's warning to switch to memory-safe languages. 9 Wabuffets, that you have to attack them first with nukes so they can do a counter. Expired Twinkie. Check the label first. If it's not from this century, think twice. Something that is useful yet useless at the same time. How would that even work? I have no idea why I would know, because I'll be a part of the half being killed. A supernova. I bet it would be an amazing view. Oh. Sorry, you said half? A 34-year-old gaming fat man. It's a slow process as he's inside most of the time. In for it now. Some get the cuddles and some get the very aggressive cuddles. It would be Bob, 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 Bob and Bob. Dave is a gentle and peaceful soul. My username is Mother of KGCBL. So my kids kill half the population. Apparently. Trying to eat Barry the Light. Well, either that or salmonella. Aren't these questions essentially just asking what is your username? Well, there won't be any more articles about wasted money on avocado toast. The Government Communications Headquarters, the UK's version of the NSA. A bit like the mysterious dancing plague of 1518. But with fast moves. Massive tsunami caused by a giant Lovecraftian swimming elder god owl. A virus that turns everyone into gingers, and the sunburns are deadly. A shitty port of a great game to a shitty system. AIDS. Lack of access to medical treatment, which sounds morbidly realistic. Derived from a Tonua mythical monster in Maori legend. It works. You guys are all dying a horrifically painful death, I'm so sorry. Disguise tickles to testicles. Most ladies would be safe though. That super hornet thing the elites didn't really put to good use. COVID-30 spreads via fruit flies. And patient zero is Dominican. An AI that will randomly generate the name of the way you die. Hell yeah. I'm gonna make a killing, that's all I have to say. An ointment for when you have a cough, a common or head cold. A delicious buttery biscuit made by one of your grandparents. I don't know what he's up to, probably something mischievous. Ska music. I mean, he did eat the Earth flag, which caused major riots. Nobody talking about the fact the author's name is Puzzykiller. Ratfritz, which is German for Ratata. So you are all F. How the fuck did you all manage to die to a possessed potato? I think it's gonna be half the population of this universe. I think mine only kills half the Jedi population. I think I'm the best case scenario for a lot of people. A species of sapient dromaeosaurid theropod dinosaurs. It's an uprising. I hope not, because I ain't black. Anyone who's named Luigi who is a guy, my condolences. Genghis Khan's greatest general. So that checks out. Venereal diseases and ripped assholes for everyone. I'm never touching my favorite candy again. I suppose it'll have to be blunt force trauma. Somewhere along the line staging errors were made.